Live again. Third time's a charm. Sorry, Pieretti. This is Dr. Soros with Mystical Professor. We're here talking about healing others as well as ourselves, just healing people in general, and the power that's within you to heal. That you can overcome anything, cancer, any kind of debilitating injury or illness. Is all things are possible, and what you thinketh in your heart is what's going to manifest outwardly. So it's important to only think lovingly of yourself and of others in life, really. So that's what we're here to discuss. It's working now. You look like you're free. Are you okay? Do you have a good connection, Pierre? Yes, no, you're fine, but you froze. I'm watching you on the my laptop, and you froze. Okay, you did. I have full bars, so we're gonna get this going. Hopefully, we get some people in here. So we're gonna talk. We're gonna just go ahead and get going talking about, because it's not a subject that I've really. Love you. Keep doing that, Raiden. Keep putting comments in. Um, Healing is really important, because there are people out there that always want to heal, whether they're dealing with depression, anxiety, past trauma, abuse, addiction. You
You got emotional addiction sometimes.
Yeah, that's what we're here to discuss, that all things are possible to you. That the key is unwavering, focus and self-discipline on the, obviously health, love, peace, gratitude for God giving you these things. Or I have to, because some people don't believe in God, but higher intelligence, universe, because it's all the same. You're one with source, and what you assume to be true is true. So a lot of reasons why people have issues is because that's where their focus is. They believe there's something wrong with him or her. And if they would just employ, like I always say, hi, if they just employ the law of reversibility, you know, everything would be okay, honestly. Hi, Empress. You're such a good follower. I love that you come on here all the time. You're great. And I love her her storyline, and the fact that she's overcome a lot and is, making great strides in life. Living. Hi, how are you? Do you know Indian guy?
No, I don't know him. I don't know him.
Okay, sorry. So we're going to talk about healing. I want to start off by talking about healing my granddaughter Anna Lee, because she was diagnosed with a very debilitating type of pneumonia. Thank you, Kristen. That's very kind of you. We're in the United States of America. Where are you? But that doesn't matter. We're here to help everybody. We're here to help the whole world, who will come and. Yep, yep. So I want to talk about Anna Lee real quick. She was diagnosed with serious case of pneumonia, and Pierre and I, in spite of what, the key is not worrying about what the 3D is showing you, that you stay focused on the end, that healing, health, perfection, wholeness, God's love, doing all of that, covering, or you could say that miracle, or imagine, whatever you got to do, affirm, visualize. We did it all, and Pierre helped me, and the child is perfectly normal 4 weeks later. But she did get worse and then got better, and she's 100% better today. But at the time, it was very stressful. I'm not going to lie to you, but I stayed focused on her being healthy. Even both of us imagined her playing like she always did in my mind. I'd see her playing with her toys. Aw, thank you. Empress, that's really kind of you. Pierre is frozen. Pierre is frozen.
Everything is working. Like my internet is working. I don't know. I'm still frozen. Everybody see me. I'm moving.
All right, well, we'll just keep going. I'm going to ignore technology.
My connection is as good.
Empress is saying, well, ironically, his is really perfect on my end for some reason. I see Pierre in a perfect state. He should turn off his Wi-Fi. So Empress said, turn off your Wi-Fi. I don't know. You're not frozen on my end, so I'm seeing you moving.
I see everything perfect. I don't know. I don't know.
Empress did. Thank you, Kristen. Use your data, she said. She said, use your data, Pierre. Can you hear me?
But yeah, I can hear you. You hear me, right?
I can hear you, but that's what she must be.
I just do it.
Okay. She must be an IT expert. I'm not. I don't pretend to be. I'm not an IT person. So, all right. Moving on. LOL, I'm work. She says I'm work. She listen, you're perfect on my end. I don't know. I don't Raiden is how about now, Empress? Is he working now? Is he still frozen? Okay. Well, I'm going to go forward. So a child was healed. I have another miracle story. No, yes. Which is it? Is he frozen or not? Okay. Well, I'm going to go forward while he turned off his Wi-Fi and he's on data. You guys are taking turns freezing. I'm using the Wi-Fi at work. Okay. Okay, so I'm freezing too, he said, and I don't understand this, but we'll just get through it. Okay. Well, then from now on, we're not in this room either. Then I don't want to tell you. I want to say I don't even know. I don't know how I can access you. Not, but he is. Okay. Empress is saying that I'm not frozen, but you are. So I'm gonna move forward. I know. Pierre is frozen. He's not.
I'm bleaching. I don't know.
He says he has the power to. Okay. Here's on a serious note. Okay. Okay, here you're not on my end. I want you to know that you're perfectly normal on my end. So that being said, he is glitching. Okay, he turned off his Wi-Fi and he's on data, and what he has to say is very important. I want to get on with my second story, which involves my nephew. My nephew was in the hospital for 6 weeks, and I had relatives calling me and telling me that it's not good, that it's really bad, and he's this, that, and the other thing, all negative statements. And as I was talking to them, I kept personally, I would change the conversation inwardly in my head. Remember, we are the self-valid. Everything takes place first in here, then out there. So inwardly, I was saying my nephew's perfectly fine. The live is perfect. Thank you, Empress. You're perfect, just so you know. Empress, we love you. So inwardly, because this was drawn out for a 6-week period of time. So inwardly, I would say, no, he's perfectly fine. I even had conversations with Pierre and he said, yeah, he is perfect. And I would say that he's perfect no matter what I was being told. I would call him and have a perfect conversation with him, yada yada yada. And I can't have that playing in the background. And so anyhow, sit down if you want to stay with me. Spit up, fast forward 6 weeks. He's perfectly fine. He's out surfing. He's living his life normal now. And if someone comes and says something negative, I change it to a positive, and I keep affirming or visualizing that he's perfectly fine, that he has no illness or no condition, and I stay in that. I don't waver. I stay focused on that, and I self-validate. I don't look for validation. I don't look for anyone to tell me something opposing. I stay focused, and that's the key. Yeah. This was the baby that had the condition. So you can see she's perfectly fine. So she overcame um, a bad case of pneumonia. She's perfectly fine now. Okay, watch your thing. So here, this is proof that what we're teaching is highly effective. And so I want to move forward. I've also used affirmations, visualizations to heal myself of different things. I feel like a flu or something's coming on. I'm like, no, I'm perfect. I don't have a flu or stuffy nose or sore throat. I never get sick. I've never gotten sick. Or when I have a headache, I say that, and I even sometimes visualize. And no, I can't play. So that's what I do. Now I want to turn it over to Pierre because he has his own experiences where he's overcome. Yes, ma'am. Yes, she totally echoes you to a T, Pierre. She said she is already perfect. Yes, ma'am. She's already perfect, and that's what we said. That's what I said. That's what he said, and I stay there. So that being said, Pierre, do you have any? I wanted you to share, if you don't mind, how you overcame paralysis. I didn't realize that you had it for 3 months. That's a very long time. And what did you do to overcome it specifically? What did you employ? What did you think? What did you say? What did you do? How did you overcome it?
I got a blood clot, and I got paralyzed. And to overcome that disease, I was so deep in the dark, and I was actually practice those knowledge, not really deep, not really taken seriously, because actually people change when the worst case scenario comes. So I have no choice. I have no choice because I was paralyzed. I was very, very in a dark place in my life. And actually, I tell myself, hey, that darkness was so deep, and I tell myself, I want to kill myself. I was thinking about suicide thought. Actually, I know those knowledge not really deep, and I've been asking for help. I've been asking the universe for help, and I tell the universe that I want to heal myself, and I don't want to never go in that dark place anymore. And actually, what happened is just I find Neville. I find Neville when I was trying to how to heal myself, everything. I find Neville. And I got some book. I was reading Dr. Dispenza, not too much, not too deep. I was reading a little bit, and I started to read them, and I started to practice, and I started to meditate every day. And the technique I was doing, it was like I visualized myself here, and I so focused in gratitude. I'm already here. I'm already perfect, and feel it deep within. And I say, if I can be in that place with my thought alone, you can heal yourself with your thought alone and your emotion. You can also heal yourself. So I come with honesty with myself, with pure honesty with my heart, and I say I want to heal, and I start meditate every day, every single day, every single deep meditation, like for 8 hours. Because I was sick, I was paralyzed, and I want to heal. So I have no choice. I can have no logical mind, try to do this. No, the only place I can heal myself because I don't want to get no surgery, nothing. So the best stuff to do is invest that time, invest my emotion, my energy, and buy that state of illness, being healed. But I don't. The thing I was doing, I don't wait to my healing to take place to believe I already heal. I just embody I'm already here already. So one day I was doing my meditation, deep meditation, and I was in my meditation. I saw blue beans, well, I saw big blue bean, giant beans, and come, in my room and heal me. He put his hands on me and heal me, and after that I don't feel sickness anymore. But and after that my face changed, my face become numb because my mouth was like this a little bit. So after that I got some pain by my neck back, and that part, and it took me like 3 months actually to not feel anything anymore. And right now I'm completely here. I'm complete like really here. But the process of it, it was like honesty. It was very honest. Really, it was like I don't care about because I don't care about anybody say I don't care anything. I was just pure focus, invest my whole energy in being healthy. And right,
Employ gratitude, love. Okay, I forgot to say that with me, with my family members, with her and my nephew, I did definitely, had gratitude. I had a hard time feeling a state of contentment with her, but I had no problems with my nephew because here's the thing: both individuals were far away. Because that's the other thing we want to talk about. You still can heal loved ones from far away. Thank you, Empress. From far away, they can, like I said at the beginning of this video, we've had to start it 3 times, so I don't know if it was there, but you can heal somebody. Like my nephew is 3,000 miles from me. Okay, he's in New England. I'm over here in the Southwest. As everybody knows, I'm in Arizona, and I prayed across great distance, and still you can mediate God to that individual by simply assuming that they are perfect, he or she is perfectly normal, and giving thanks and expressing that emotion, gratitude, love, peace, harmony for that state, for that end, for that desire or manifestation, however you want to word it, because it's all the same. It's all synonymous: manifestation, desire, end goal. Because that was my goal, is for him to be at home, out of the hospital, and living a normal life. Because he's young, he's really, really young. I think he's only 21. I certainly didn't like what I was hearing. His mother was calling me crying. It's really hard to help, sometimes, because of these emotions. But my point is, it's okay to feel those emotions, but then it's important to change them to what you would feel if that which you are manifesting is true, if it's already a fact. That's what I'm trying to get at, Pierre. Did you just assume and put yourself in the state of total health and fitness? Is that what you embodied? I'm looking for that answer. I did with him.
the signature of the healing effect, the side effect of healing or anything is the gratitude and fear is already happened, because you have to become the cause and the effect, the cause is, the side effect, because you're in by that state is gonna be healing, because when you're in by that state that you really want, so that's the signature of it. So people waiting for the health, to feel healed already, but actually no, you have to do the reverse. You have to feeling already healthy first, and you will get healed. And it actually too, something to the body, you don't know the difference what is real, what is not real, gonna react. Actually, if you watch a movie or a movie something and you see something, very, very, you start to throw up. But it's not real, actually. It's not real. You know it's not real, but the body, your mind, your body don't know the difference. Especially the body don't know the difference because the body always react, and you can imagine something and your body start reacting. So that's why it's very important, like to embody the state you state. And actually to healing others, people from different state, different country, is real because it's oneness, everything is one, everything is connected, everything is oneness. So everybody have the access to connect with anybody. It can be a different country, different place, even different planet, even a different planet, I don't care because you have the access, because everything is energy, everything is vibration.
I was going to say something. I got sidetracked because of the child. I'm trying to think what I was going to say. So you came from a state. That's what I was going to say. Is that, first off, the subconscious mind does not know the difference. We talked about this last night. It does not know the difference between an imaginal visualization and what is happening out here. Because most people consider this dead neutral world to be real. What I'm getting at is that your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between an imaginal scene and one that actually you've witnessed out here in this 3D world. It doesn't know the difference. It doesn't know the difference between a false and a real memory. Like, like what you're just explaining versus you getting the news, oh, Pierre Eddie, you're perfectly fine. And I've said this before, our labs were wrong, or the scan was wrong. You're perfectly normal. I was listening to Joseph Murphy, and he was saying how there was this situation where there were people in a hospital, and all of a sudden there was bombing outside. People that were even supposedly paralyzed all of a sudden got up and walked out of the hospital because they thought the hospital was going to explode or be burnt down to the ground because there were bombs going off outside. Because, Joseph Murphy's era is 60s and 70s. So I don't know if he's talking about Vietnam or where war was happening, because war was very prevalent still at that time in different parts of the world. So he said because these individuals in their hospital beds were scared that if they didn't get out of their bed and walk out, that they would die. So all of a sudden they were instantly healed. And this is what he said. Some of them left the hospital and were discharged because of this incident. And some of them still went back to the old way of thinking, the old story, had to go back in the hospital bed. Even though they were healed for the time that they had to evacuate to safety, all of a sudden they went back, oh, wait a minute, I'm sick, I'm this, I'm that, and then had to go back in the hospital. But a lot of them, he said, were able to be discharged, like I said. Thank you. She's always healthy. She's always perfect. So, I wanted to get on here and talk about health, and I was hoping some people would come on and ask us some questions. Let's see. Okay. I didn't see anybody.
Is very easy. Eating harder is like, I tell everybody like there's no such thing as distance, and because we made of energy, everything is energy, everything is vibration. So you have access to healing other people. Like it can be a different planet, it can be a different dimension, you know, because we made of energy and vibration, So from my experience, I heal people with my own hands. Somebody can be sick and I touch you, I heal you, because I'm vibrating and that person vibrating, and you have the cells in a body is made of vibration or energy. So actually, like when they vibrate in currents, so you have access to push, in that energy because we're like a creature of vibration. Like is somebody behind me? I don't see it, but I can feel it. So that's mean I can feel his vibration. So you have access to with those vibration that can heal other people with your hands. Everybody all over the world have the access to heal their own self, healing others. Actually, when you come with a place of love, because when you heal others, you have to feel that love and gratitude all day here. You have to send that energy of love and that vibration, that energy, that signal. And that signal, because love is universal. Love is the most powerful, the most powerful vibration, the most powerful frequency ever, the most beautiful thing, love, because it's so universal, because everything, the whole creation is made of love. So anybody who send love, no call you send love to it, they will actually want to hear orders from different place. And I can sometimes the process I did, I can visualize, and some white light come from to the cosmos, from the source, from God, and actually flow to me, and I send that energy of love or healing that person. But I truly believe it. I don't judge. I don't judge. I don't do nothing. I just is already here with love, and I'm so grateful for it. I just focus on it, and that person feel different.
That power. And, that's one of the things that Abdullah talked a lot about in his teachings, from what I've studied, is that he says that, you are called no matter what. We should, if somebody asks for our help, no matter what it is, if obviously, with it, like Neville always said, if it falls within the framework of the golden rule, that we should help others. Obviously, with healing, and if you believe that you have the power to heal with your hands, then obviously you're you're going to be able to accomplish that, and you don't waver. It's obvious you're a man of great conviction. You're a man of self discipline, and you're very powerful at what you do. Um, and it's this is one of the other reasons why I want to start a group, to manifest for others, because there's simply no resistance when we mediate God for others, and especially if we don't let them know that we're doing that, because they can't set up any kind of opposition. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what your thoughts are about that, but Neville used to preach that. So does I think Murphy does. I'm not sure, but of course Abdullah taught both of them. So Neville would say that if you want to pray for someone else to heal them or help them, in any capacity, don't let them know that you're doing that, because then they'll deny it, because of their old limiting beliefs. Yes.
I can help somebody's. I can help somebody. I can let them know if actually they know they really believe on themselves and God, and that help. But excuse me. But if I know some people were skepticism, right? Believing those things very, very, very focused on the 3D. Very focused on facts. I would do it for, but in silence. Now I can do it for, but in silence. But I will never let you know I'm doing for you, right? I got some family member. They're very, very, 3D person. They're very logical person, and actually you can show them something. They say, "Oh no, it's just because it's supposed to be happening." But like, yeah, people like, but if I help them in silence, I don't tell them anything. Oh, I'll do it for you, right? I just in silence I do it because some people, you know, eventually they say the truth. They will never because they're so deep focused on the 3D and the logical mind. So it's very hard, for them to really believe, you know, um, and possible. Yes,
you know, I'm sure that in the beginning it might have been difficult. Okay, just like with me when I was learning French and Spanish, because I've studied both languages. So I do want to talk about, because I have a lot of experience, and this with one of the biggest culprits in at least United States of America, is mental health and mental malady. Meaning, I cannot help people honestly overcome addiction. I've never been an addict. There's nothing more important to me than the well-being of myself or my loved ones. I don't put substances before myself. I do know from talking to addicts, because I've spoken to them, that they say that if they don't have that which they're addicted to, that it's like they can't breathe. Yeah, that's they. So I'm being told that we're frozen. They'll have to
every
watch the few more minutes, because we'll be done at 1, and then we'll just still have to watch the replay, and because we're really still getting a lot of great information out. It's still the live's still going great, and I will make sure that I go back to Raiden's room. I'd never had any problems with Raiden's room. I'm in another office that I told had the best Wi-Fi. Apparently, it obviously doesn't. But we're both frozen. Oh, now we're back again. So anyway, I this is something a topic. Yeah, we're just glitching. Hey, we're freezing time. Hey, we can both freeze time. Okay. So I just want to say, because a lot of Americans, I'm specifying the United States of America, because we have, we have North America, Central America, and South America. I'm not sure about their. I'm gonna just, because we are being heard globally. Yes, it's YouTube. Oh, they say that other people are having this problem today besides us. Okay. So anyway, mental disease, mental malady, addiction, I can't really talk about. But I know it's like not being able to take a breath. People are so addicted that if they don't have their substance, then it's like choke. It's like, okay, yeah, I don't know. I can't preach. I'm not going to preach about you. I know, I don't know. I can't preach about something. Even when I was young and smoked cigarettes for a short time in my life, I gave it up. I didn't want it again. So I can quit any substance. So it's not, I don't have that addiction gene in my body. So I do know from studying about addiction on a profound level that supposedly you're genetically predisposed. But we all know that God, because that's what we teach, can heal everything. So I believe anyone can be healed of anything, any condition. So I'm going to talk about again, and I've talked about this before, but I discussed it from a revision standpoint. I just want people to know that you can overcome depression and PTSD. Those are the two things that I have experience with. I had a period in my life where I was very depressed. I didn't want to live anymore. I felt like my life was, I'd be better off dead than alive, because I had somebody abusing me that would tell me that, oh, you know what, the world would be a better place without you. Why don't you just do the world a favor and kill yourself? So that didn't help. So again, now we can laugh at it, and that I wish I knew then what I know today, because that's what I would have done if I knew what I know now. If I knew then, I would have laughed. Ha 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 ha. I'm not saying, if you're in a situation where your life is being threatened, you need to run. You need to go get help. You need to call the police. Yeah, yeah. And the danger was very real for me, and I should have gotten out. So, but I'm sharing my experience with you. Can you quit making noise? That you can overcome that, and clear your head of that and laugh at it now. You can revise it if you want. The best, Abdullah's, and Nev, well, especially Abdullah's remedy for that is to forgive that person, forgive yourself, and replace it. Because I just said a few minutes ago that your subconscious mind does not know the difference between a false memory and a real one. So you can replace it if you want, or you can affirm that it never happened if you don't want to relive that incident. But why not relive that when it comes up? Why not replace it? No, that's not what happened. This is what really happened. For me, it was fun. So I looked at it and it was easy. So I'm like, oh, so I don't think about that anymore. Really, I don't. I'm doing it for this live. I feel that it's important because a lot of people have come to me on this YouTube channel, talking to me about. You're not going to hit me. Talking to me about mental health problems, depression, trauma. So the other thing is abuse. If your parents abused you as children, again, it's best to forgive them. Forgive yourself, because you didn't know what you were doing back then. You didn't know about the law of assumption. You didn't know about the law of liberty and what have you. So for me, again, you can forgive them, forgive yourself, and revise it with a positive memory. No, I can't reach it. So that's the best way to counter depression, trauma, and anything of the sort. That's how I deal with it. And I know that from my own experience that it has worked. You have to let go you have to liberate yourself. That's what you have to do. I know, and talking with you, Pierre, that I wasn't aware until the other day that you also had some trauma in your life. And I wanted you to share how you coped, or how you look at it today from the standpoint of where you're at, because you're a phenomenal, powerful mystic now, and alchemist.
help others with it. So those trauma built me who I am right now, and actually, and I see something like, if I never been sick or if I been all those trauma, I would never be that peer right now. I have the opportunity to help others and talk to you right now. And I'm so grateful to have those knowledge too, to know Neville, to know Judy Spencer, Joseph Murphy, Abdullah, because they helped me a lot and to change a lot of stuff in my life, and help other people a lot too. And those trauma built me, they built me who I am today. I can help others and I can relate to others, and have a big, big extreme trauma. And I forgive everybody who been doing stuff to me because right now I know I'm the one, co-create my own reality, because some things they say if you don't use your mind, somebody will use it for you. All right. That's your yes, you yourself somebody or maybe the government or maybe, anybody, maybe at work, maybe, so that's why it's very important to take care, your mind, your soul is very, very important to take care of them and to to saturate your mind out the stuff you really want for real. Not focus on things you don't want it, really focus on things you wanna really experience in life. Because I tell everybody, life is magical, and I tell everybody, God is neutral, right? God is neutral. The energy, God is neutral. So they give you for so if you vibrate in a vibration of fear, you will get experience more fear. If you vibrate in vibration, of abundance of love, you will experience more love, and because everything start within, everything start within, everything start within, and it's gonna be out. So with those experience, I can relate to others and help them understand the situation. And I'm very grateful, really, really so grateful because I've been through those experience. I learned so much. I have so much people. I have so much people. Serious, serious situation, and I've I learned so much in life. I learned so much in life. You know,
Greatest, or we know that from Neville and all his mystical experiences that one day we'll be asked, what are the greatest gifts? And we're going to say faith, hope, and love. But of these, love is the greatest. Wouldn't you say, is that the greatest emotion to embody and to embrace in when it comes to healing would be love or gratitude or just both, or what is one more important than the other? What's your opinion?
for me, the greatest emotion you can have and embody every day is love for life. Is love for life. And that's the greatest, state you can embody. Love in life. If you love life, life's gonna love you too. If you enjoy life, life's gonna enjoy you too. Everything starts with you first. When you embody that state of love, is very, very powerful. Love and is very, very extremely powerful. Extremely powerful.
So I'm bouncing back and forth on the live. Thank you. I've been just told that I guess YouTube's having, it's actually YouTube, the platform that's having issues. I don't know because I'm in this live, but it doesn't matter. All things are possible to, those who believe. Yeah. So I'm not gonna put my attention on something negative. I'm gonna just assume everything's perfect. like, like you and Pierre always say, I say the same thing. LOL, keep going. She says, yeah, we're talking about healing. I don't know if you have any questions or any experiences you'd like to share. I know you've been through a lot. Pretty much, no, it doesn't. No, and that's the most important thing that I've been ensuring to embody in me is have no negative thoughts or feelings, because and to only focus on things of good and lovely report, like the Bible says and Neville said and even Joseph Murphy. So it's important to focus on these positive emotions. Even Joe Dispenza says this because I know, stop, the science has shown that when you focus on things that are loving, positive, all the positive energies, because you are energy, you're going to have a really amazing life.
What you focus on grow, what you focus on grow. So actually, if you really focus on something that may happen, everything you focus on grows. So example, like if somebody just wake up mad, everything we touch will break, everything, the event situation may come, make, the state your body will come, in reality. So that's why it's very important, like to observe. That's why observe yourself. Observe. Your emotion, the state you're in body. Your inner thought. When you're in body state because your inner thought is not really good. So or your self concept. So it's very very important to observe them. And actually, when you're aware, of your unconscious thought and unconscious feelings, so right now you can correct yourself. You can redirect. Your focus. I can see the change coming because there's a reason why I never got a part of his book is to change self. You have nothing to change outside. You have nothing self. Yeah, yes, yes. And is but self, only focused on the inner self. Even Dr. Dispenza talk about it, all the time. When you go deep within, change who you are, everything will start to change because something people don't understand, like if you never do the inner work, if you never focus, to change yourself, eventually can move different city, different place, different country, because you're in by the state of light, you will see you're gonna find light everywhere we go. Everywhere we're going to find light, everywhere any place, everywhere we're going to find light. So that's why it's very, very important like to embody the state that you really want. And you can see somebody like even at that work environment, right? And you got some issue with that person, but it's to change the job out who you are. That's why I got that experience. I was on a cigar lounge because I smoke cigar, and I see a book, spiritual book, The Alchemist. So actually, because I'm that person, that's why I attract. I attract any place I go, any I attract who you are. So I see that book and I was shocked. Even the owner manifests his business. The owner that cigar lounge is manifest that business with those teaching spiritual knowledge stuff. Is everything, everything is magical. Everything is very
She dropped the phone. Ironically, she dropped the phone on my foot the other day. And now I fell on her foot. That's what you get. I was saying the same thing. It so what I wanted to say is, hey, it never happened. We can revise it. She's perfect. Her foot, she's fine. It never happened. So I listen, I've done that. Like one time I like when that happened, when she dropped the phone on my foot, I was like, oh, and I was like, no, wait a minute. What am I doing? That never happened. And I do that all the time. I'm not gonna lie to you. I stub my toe. Nope, that didn't happen. Yes, because Neville talked about that all the time. He gave case study after case study where people like one lady had burned herself with boiling water, and then she instantly started telling herself, no, that didn't happen. She kept revising it. And as a result, she healed much faster. A woman had like fell and broke her elbow or arm or something. So instead of, I think I told you about this, it was in his Law and Promise book, I think, or one of his, he talked about it. I don't know, it was in a lecture. But anyway, it only took her like 3 weeks to heal versus 6 to 8 because she kept revising it, her and her husband. So these are things that we're manifesting. I have so much to share with you guys. Really? You can share. Hey, listen, I'm trying to keep my cool. I'm trying to keep my cool right now, but when this live is over, there's going to be some yelling. And I don't know why she's in here. I said for them not to put her in here, and somehow she's in here. I'm going to have to leave and start doing my live streams at the coffee shop because I'm not doing this anymore. She's like, hey, we kept saying yes, that she's perfectly healthy. She's being perfectly normal. Please share. Yeah, you're in big trouble. Come get your sister. God. So, there's too many objects in this room. At least when I'm in another room, there's nothing in there. In here, there's just, oh my goodness, there's so much stuff in here. You're in so much. He's what? He's like, what? Yeah, you're in big trouble. So it's okay. He doesn't get the reward at the end of this live. I'm going to order me a smoothie and me only. I give myself the reward. She's trashed your dad's stuff. So listen, I want to say, I want to hear what you have to say, Empress. I can see the changes coming because I'm doing the work. Plus, I know, okay. And of your inner circle, my circle is changing too. That's amazing. Like you said, that's why there's nothing to change but self. Once you embody that state, like I was saying the other day, just live in the end because the acceptance of the end wills the means. It's not, we have to get out of our own way. The state is going to take care of all of it for you. It's that simple. It's hard to believe because most of us try to force things out here. And if you do that, you're just going to make a mess of it. You have to surrender and let go because his ways and thoughts are higher than yours because we're all connected. If it takes a million people to come and resolve the situation or help you make your desire be manifested out here, then that's what it takes. A million people. Neville used to say that all the time. We don't know on this level. We're not capable of manifesting it on this level. And which reminds me, so I have another loved one who's having a lot of issues right now. It's a lot like the woman that Neville, she said, isn't it wonderful? For a month or two because she had a whole list of issues. She didn't have any health things that I know of. She just was about to be homeless because she was being evicted from her apartment. She didn't have a car. She didn't have a job. She didn't have any family. So she would say over and over again, isn't it wonderful that something marvelous is happening to me? She would lay in the tub and do it distinctly in the morning because she put herself in a relaxed state and embody a positive mood. And the bath gave her that positive mood. And as a result, she ended up with money and an income for the rest of her life from somebody that she knew as a youth. This has been in one of his lectures. I think he even included it in his Law and Promise. I know he's talked about it numerous times and that it's always talked about in Neville circles. So my niece is kind of she's in a state like that right now. And I have been, praying for her my way, meditating for her to have everything. She called me right before I went live. So now I've realized that I'm going to do a blanket affirmation for her because I really think that blanket affirmations are the best solution for people that are experiencing a whole myriad of issues. Isn't it wonderful? Something amazing is happening because I keep telling her, you don't know, again, that what is happening isn't because it's leading up to something grand. You don't know that. Yes. So it's just, Raiden came and rescued me. He wants a smoothie from Tropical Smoothie. Yeah. Hey, it just took a comment. You have so much to share. Well, I can't wait to hear what you have to say. I don't know if she's still there. So YouTube is having issues?
Yes.
How do you know?
Because people are posting about it.
People are posting that there's issues.
I saw like 5 videos saying YouTube lives are glitching.
Okay. Well, we decided to keep recording, so because we're not going to let anything stop us. No, we're too powerful. So
they said YouTubers are doing updates and they're having technical issues.
So apparently YouTube is doing updates and there's technical issues with the website or platform. Oh well, I don't care. So anyway, I thought that we'd ended on that. So I don't know what you want to talk about. The next time we go live, I won't have her in here because she's perfectly normal. It is. Listen, the last time I went live with her, if you go back and watch that live, you would have seen 180 degrees opposite of what you're seeing now. She was like a limp rag doll with a high fever. And she's perfectly normal. Hey, we visualized it. It's the synchronization is right, and it's also a manifestation. That this proves that all things are possible, and all you have to do is change your inner thinking, and it's going to be out pictured. Just not, be self-disciplined.
I tell everybody, don't let anybody control your mind. You don't control your mind. If you don't take care of your mind, somebody will take care for you. Any belief, anything. Yeah, you better say, yeah, yeah, yeah. But most people, the 3D, they let the 3D dictate them, make them happy, make them male. But actually,
That I would like the 3D, something would happen, and then I'd be like, what do you call it? No, what do you call it when you backslide? Is it like a backslide, kind of? I'd waver.
that's why your video, like yesterday, the self-validation, yeah, is very important. You have to validate yourself because nobody will validate you if you don't, you give it to yourself first. You have to give it to yourself first, actually gonna be happen. And that's why it's very, very important to really control your mind and self-validation. It's very, very important because actually I can say something like, actually I can say, oh, I can do this, and somebody say, no, you cannot. But if I'm waiting for that vibration or that person, I start to believe. Right now, I lose my own belief. Right now, I believe what they believe right now, not my belief system anymore. And right now, they control me right now, so I lose all my power. Yes, conviction is very, very important, really important. Me like you have a lot of conviction, a lot because you have so much experience, a lot, and the 3D. You know about the 3D.
You to me, the biggest thing to overcome is paralysis for 3 months. I'm sorry, I can't think of anything. For me to be paralyzed for 3 months, I would go insane, or at least no way, no how. Because I've tried to relate to my brother, because my brother's been in a wheelchair since 2008. He can't walk. So like, I have a knack of being empathetic and putting myself in someone else's position. And I know that if I was I would be walking. Like I have that kind of determination and belief in myself that nothing can stop me. But that's because I know, I have a lot of knowledge and experience, and I, like you, have watched a lot of Joseph Dispenza's work, and we know that people look. Okay, he has a case where somebody just overcame that same disease as Parkinson's. Somebody regrew rectal tissue. I know where a lot of it isn't available for us to know. I know people have regrown teeth that they lost, and they were adult teeth. I know people have regrown like portions of their limbs. I know that I would have to find that information to share it, but I know that there have been really, really interesting case studies that shows the power that's within. That's why I always tell people to go read The Mind, the Brain, Neuroplasticity, and the Power of Mental Force. If you have that mental force, there's nothing that can stop you. You're unstoppable. Oh, I lost him. No, now I do. Did you touch your phone? It's bad. You're glitching. That's okay. Well, I can see you now. I can see you. Magic. Boom. With healing hands. That's okay. So we can talk. What I would like to talk about in the next time is, if you're up for it, basically manifesting things out of thin air. Because I know that you've done that. These are things that too. Same thing. Like, yeah. Yeah. So, well, all right. Well, I've enjoyed having you here and talking about healing ourselves as well as others, whether in close proximity or far away. I do want to say this one thing because I forgot about this really important healing that I did. My son, I talk about all the time, he fell off a roof in Iraq. And of course, it's not something that a parent wants to hear when the child is in a foreign country, thousands and thousands of miles away in a desert, and there's combat going on. And I honestly, I think it was easier for me not to witness it than if I had witnessed it, as well as the one here who almost lost his colon. So these are two really important stories that I'll end on. The one here, I used a blanket affirmation because I was manifesting my own desires as well. So I just said that, can you not drag that? I just said that miracles are showering me and my family right now. And I said that over and over again for days and, for several days with a great intensity and emotion, as well as, of course, gratitude and love, unconditional love, like you said, unconditional. But then for the child overseas, I just kept saying that he's perfectly normal. He's healthy, and that was it, because there was nothing really else that I wanted at that particular moment in time except for him to be fine. And he was healed rather, I'm going to be honest with you, pretty much instantly. He was walking. And he went back, and then subsequently within days, if not weeks, went from there to the academy, even with breaking his back and sustaining a concussion. He was unconscious for I don't know how long, but yeah. So the point is you can heal. That person doesn't need, you can think for someone else, because this shows how we are connected. Just our positive thoughts can heal others. So, yes. Right. Yes. Well, that you say that, because like what you just said, so we know, you and I both know, we both agree that there is the healthy version of you that exists right here, right now. Because like you said, you just have to align with it. And, That's important right there, is aligning with that version of you, or aligning that version of them, the perfect healthy version with that individual by mediating God or higher intelligence or universe, however you want to word it, to that individual, right? Well, at least we agree. All right. I'm gonna sign off of here, and we will talk about just manifesting anything. Yeah. Yeah.
because everything is possible. I mean, everything is possible. There was no limit. He's yeah, yeah, and the and somebody can explain very very simple is Neville because his book is so little, like a pocket book, and so much information. Is it? You know, um, I would never. I was this word. How feeling the secret, and I listen to his audio. Never was so easy. Jojo Dispenza have the science back him up, and Joseph Murphy, but their book, Neville book explained very easy, like easy way. It's not complicated. It's not complicated. Yes, 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 yeah, yeah, and you know, so it's not difficult. But I know some people say, "Oh, everything is the same. You want $1 billion, you will get the $1 billion. You want $5, you're gonna be have the $5. SP,
The same health. Okay, here's another one that we can talk about someday, because you and I both have achieved this one, appearance changes. We can, I mean, you don't, because both of you and I have manifested appearance changes. I think that that's important. You can, if you want to be, you and I talked about this the other day. If like I want to be 5'7" instead of 5'5", 5'4", 5'6", or whatever they say. I want to be 5'7". I just have to assume it. You're 6 foot. Yeah, because I have to say this. So, like manifesting for others, Neville. So Neville gave this case study about. So this guy would write scripts for movies or a show, like how like Blue Bloods or something, a show, a series. So he would write scripts. This was a long time ago. So he would get, I guess, $2,000 a script, right? His mother assumed he was getting 3,000, and he did want more money. So he ended up getting 3,000 just because of his mother's belief that he was getting 3,000. No,
They're just like me. I can share something with you, or I'll do that for you because I know you believe in the power. But if I know somebody, I just do it for him, and quiet and watch. Yeah. Eventually, you can come. Yes, you can come with the whole science. I know people can come with the whole scientific proof. With the whole scientific proof, they'll never believe you. I know people like that. You can come with all the case study. You show they read it, they never believe it. Hmm.
Joe Dispenza's Supernatural book. Remember that book? You told me about it. I've listened to most of it. at least the meditation aspect. I already know all the science aspect, but I already know that from my own education and knowledge for the last 15, 20 years. But like, so what I do is I just, okay, you don't want to listen to me. Maybe you'll listen to Dispenza. You are the placebo. What you assume to be true is true. Yes, even Murphy was saying that when I shared that video with you earlier today. Even back then, all you had to do is change it in here and you would change it out there. And Neville said it time and time and time and time again. So, I mean, science backs up Neville now. Dispenza has so much. He's producing content upon content upon content literally every day because he does those workshops, these different workshops. He's just culminating. So are we, though. We're here to heal the world. All right. Okay. All right. I'll talk with you later. Thank you once again, Pierre. I really appreciate you joining and talking about healing ourselves as well as others. That all things are possible. We are limitless beings. All you have to do is have a conviction, a focus, and a focused and self-disciplined mind, and be in a state of gratitude and love, and breathe it into existence. And it has no choice. The universe has no choice but to deliver it to you, and your body has no choice but to conform. All right. Take care. Thank you again. This is yeah. Thank you, everyone. Okay. Take care. I'll see you later. We'll see you in next week or the week after. We'll post we'll put up a post telling you when we'll go live again to talk about manifesting anything and everything, no matter what. All right. Take care. Bye.